Hey everybody, it's Dan with Pain Free You. It's an 18-degree crisp morning, so I'm all bundled up here, but wanted to shoot a video for you today. And the topic for this video is that mindset, in my opinion, matters most. Everybody gets so focused on the journaling or the emotional work or talking to your brain or feeling your emotions. And in so many cases, as I talk to people or coach with them, I find that they're doing everything they need to. Like they know about TMS. They absolutely believe that that is the cause of their symptoms. And they're just emotionally diving in as deep as they can, and they're ending up really struggling because they're not seeing progress. And as I talk to them, I find out that a lot of the concepts I teach with the mindset, developing an attitude of indifference and not caring about the pain, they've decided that's impossible or I can't do that, and therefore they ignore it completely. And it is very possible that many of these folks have done the emotional discovery, but because they are focused on their pain all day, all night, every day, they've been doing that for so long that the neural pathways just simply won't disconnect. They're placing all of their attention and mental energy on the pain and getting rid of it and being desperate. So when I talk about the mindset, it's really that stuff. And I've made a couple of notes here, and I'm going to look down periodically. But you know, when I say you got to get the mindset dialed in, the things I'm going to talk about in this video are what I mean by that, right? And I just touched on it. But what is mindset, first of all? It's kind of like the settings in our mind. It's kind of our view of what we need to do or what we are doing, or our view of the world, like my mindset about myself. What are the settings? What are the beliefs? What are I guess essentially the settings? What switches are flipped and what switches aren't flipped? And so the settings in the mind. So a couple of things as it relates to mindset. Yeah, I'm going to rattle through a bunch of things and kind of touch on them. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a 40-minute video. But decision. You know, it's kind of like how you decide to show up in the world, what you decide to believe and everything like that. Indifference. I go on this all the time. The attitude of whatever versus, oh my God, right? And we have a choice as to how we respond. We can either freak out about the pain, which has never helped anybody, or we can choose to say, oh well, here we go again. Been here, been in this place before, survived that day. I'm going to survive this one too, so whatever. It is what it is, right? So that indifference is huge. The faster you can get to a place of, I'm going to have a great day no matter what my symptoms are doing, you're going to get better faster. Way faster than if you go through your days freaking out. So another concept I teach is relax. You're not broken, right? TMS is the best news ever. It means you're not broken. So if you're freaking out about your symptoms, go back to the core. The core is the symptoms are created in the mind. Your body is actually okay. Another mindset that I love to share is that emotions are normal. They make us normal human beings. And emotions are safe. And really, the whole job of trying to eliminate TMS is to sell or convince the subconscious brain that these emotions you've been avoiding, resisting, repressing for your entire life are actually okay and not dangerous, and that you can actually handle them. Another mindset is gratitude versus what I am missing or what I lack, right? So gratitude, there's studies after studies that show that a daily practice of gratitude literally rewires and changes our brain, because what we focus on, we tend to get more of, right? What we focus on grows and magnifies. If we're focusing on gratitude and what's right about our world, we're going to get more of that. So gratitude is a great mindset that you can adopt. So the other thing is trust the body. The body knows what to do. Unfortunately, with all of the inputs we've gotten from the medical system and from our own life and Dr. Google and Wikipedia and WebMD, we've adopted or accepted this belief that the body is frail, easily broken, easily made ill. And so my suggestion here is to trust the body. Let's get out of its way. Let's stop thinking our way or worrying ourselves sick, and let's trust our body. Do some of the normal things that make sense. Eat healthy, drink clean water, don't pollute it with, toxic sodas, soft drinks, fruit drinks, corn oils, and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to get into a debate about food here, but treat your body well, but don't obsess over it, and then just trust it. The body knows what to do. The body knows how to heal if there's anything to be healed. In TMS, there's really not. It's a learning process in the brain. Another mindset I'll encourage you to undertake is just going through the world with a calm confidence. Just a knowing, like, I am okay and I can do this, right? As opposed to a frantic, freak out, I can't do this mindset, right? You see the major difference there. And if you're in that freak out mode, it's going to be really tough to get better, because we are constantly telling and instructing our central nervous system that we're in danger. And the body has a tough time self-regulating when it is constantly believing that it is in danger and there's an imminent threat. In many cases, the imminent threat are our thoughts and fear and freak out over our symptoms, but initially it happened due to our fear of the emotions. Not necessarily a conscious fear. A lot of that happens at the subconscious level. But try to adopt a calm confidence. You ever see somebody who just kind of walk in somewhere and they got a little bit of a smile on their face and they're just real zen and cool? Imagine yourself being that calm, confident person. Another mindset. Decide that, one, emotions are normal, but two, you're going to embrace them. If you're having a sad day, embrace it. Be sad. Be really sad. There's nothing wrong with being sad. If you're having an angry day, be okay with that. Emotions make you a normal human being. It's the resistance to the emotions that cause TMS and all of these mind-body syndromes. So embrace your emotions. Another general concept I teach is that whatever we are looking for, we generally find. So if you wake up and you're feeling kind of good, don't go, oh, where's the pain? You just gave an instruction to your brain to say, here it is, right? So we find what we seek. If you're finding reasons to believe that you're broken by looking on Dr. Google, Wikipedia, WebMD, Facebook groups that aren't really TMS focused, you're going to find reasons to believe that you're broken. Another mindset is, how much fun can you have today? Literally. Wake up in the morning and instead of going, oh no, how bad is today going to be? Ask yourself, how much fun can I have today? And what does that look like? And you start to think of things that you want to do, that you've wanted to do for a long time. And look, you may hurt anyway while trying to have fun. But if you're not trying to have fun and you're decided, I'm going to be sitting home miserable and suffering, you're going to hurt there too. So you can either hurt at home, suffering and miserable, or you can choose to have as much fun as possible today, even if that means you can't leave the house yet, you're still housebound, but you can still have fun. You can still read a funny book, watch a funny movie. I brought this up before, stupid cat videos, whatever. There are ways of having fun, and if you are choosing not to have fun, you are choosing to suffer and focus on your pain and your symptoms all day, which, brain science folks, that's going to be tomorrow's video. You're literally choosing to stay in the pain as opposed to saying, how much fun can I have? So outcome independence, we hear that word thrown around all the time, or those words. And what it really means is do the daily practice, feel your emotions, do some self-soothing, and then get the mindset right. But essentially, The outcome independence says, I am doing that because it will help me become a more whole human being. I am not doing it to get rid of the pain. Well, yes, we kind of are, but if you can take the approach that doing this daily practice will help you become much more whole and complete and emotionally well, that's the goal. The symptoms will kind of take care of themselves. Remember, trust the body. When the brain learns that you're not in danger, the nervous system will start to settle down and take care of these symptoms on its own. So take an attitude of outcome independence. And second of all, don't watch the calendar, because if you're watching the calendar and saying, I've been at this for 4 days and I still haven't seen a shift, well, that's nowhere near outcome independence, because you are saying, I did this and it didn't work, or, you know, I don't get it. I told myself I don't care about the pain, and nothing shifted, nothing happened, right? Nothing happens in an instant. Nothing happens in the snap of a fingers. We need to teach the brain, and I believe Dr. Sarno, I'm going to get these words wrong, but he said, what the conscious mind quickly learns, the subconscious is slow to accept. So it takes practice. It takes a little bit of time, which is why I teach inch by inch, you know, little by little, you're going to get better. So just continue to make those forward steps. So choice. We have a choice about so much in this world. We can choose, oh my God, versus whatever. It is a choice. Is whatever challenging? Heck yes. But it's still a choice, and you have the ability to make that choice. So we have the ability to choose our thoughts. Remember yesterday's video about the thought filter. We can literally have a thought and go, all right, I choose to reject that. That goes in the trash bin, because that's not true and it's not helpful, right? So choice is a huge deal. What choices have you been making that are not supporting you, right? Significance is the next one. How significant is your pain? How significant is this problem? If it's the biggest thing in your life, I get it. I know why. It's massively uncomfortable and we are desperate to get out of it. But the brain kind of wires those things that are most significant in our life. So I'm encouraging you to choose, make a choice, that the pain and the desperate attempt to get rid of it is no longer the most significant thing in your life. You're going to feel your emotions, you're going to learn how to turn down the volume on your nervous system, and then you're going to choose to make the rest of your life more significant. You're going to focus on things that matter, things that you enjoy, things that mean something, that give you purpose. If you don't have those things, you got to start thinking about what matters to you and where you want to place your attention, because what you place your attention on, what you focus on, grows and magnifies. So if the pain is the most significant thing and you're placing all your attention there, what do you think is going to happen to the pain? It's going to grow and magnify. So another concept, trying to get through this without this video being too long. Healing is not a full-time job, right? Do not make your entire day, from the moment you wake up till the moment you go to bed, researching, watching videos on YouTube, spending all day long thinking about it, monitoring it, trying to manage it, trying to fix it, desperately fixing it, talking to other people, asking for help. Look, you know, there are some great TMS experts, coaches, doctors, but you shouldn't be talking to these folks all day, every day. And I love that you're watching these videos, but if you're binging my videos or anybody else's videos or TMS concepts for 8 hours a day, I'm sorry, you're too invested in getting out of pain. This is not a full-time job. Get the core concepts down. Feel, soothe, and then mindset, you know? So those are some core concepts. Awareness, kind of the blanket that overlays all of this. We can't choose our thoughts. We can't choose thoughts that are helpful if we're not aware of the inner roommate screaming at us all day long, or the autopilot thoughts that we're just in the habit of thinking, that we are comfortable thinking because we're used to it, right? So awareness is huge. Attention, shift your attention away from pain. And I'll touch on this in tomorrow's video about brain science and why it matters so much. Another concept I've shared in the past is getting rid of your TMS symptoms is not something you do. And it's certainly not something you do once. It's more about who you become in the process. You become much more calm, confident, unafraid of your emotions. You develop a little bit thicker of a skin. We make choices that certain things are not going to bother us as much as they used to. That's not repression. That's emotional intelligence, essentially. Acceptance, I touched on it earlier in the video. Accepting where you are, acceptance of what is, right? If you're racked in pain right now, fighting that and hating that does not get us anywhere. Just simply say, okay, this is where I am, right? This is where my life is right now, and be okay with that. Following acceptance, be okay starting where you are. What I mean by that is if you're bedbound, housebound, can't do much, you've got a lot of physical limitations due to your symptoms, start where you are. And maybe, you haven't moved out of the bed other than to go to the bathroom for months. Well, start where you are. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't take my words as unattainable because I'm bedbound. Start where you are. Take little baby steps. And if that means, getting up and going to the bathroom once a day as opposed to using a bedpan, and I know not comfortable topics, but some people are there. And so start where you are and know that if you take little baby steps each day, incrementally, you can get better. Was just talking to a gentleman, I'll talk about him in another video, an Australian guy who works with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. And he was talking about how, starting where you are. This one woman wanted to regain some physical activity, and he had to negotiate with her about how much time she would spend on the stationary bicycle. And the most he could get her to commit to was 5 seconds a day of time on the bike pedaling. And he said, that's okay. Start where you are. Weeks later, she was up to 10 minutes. And so if she chose to compare herself to the outside world and say she has to do 10 minutes on this bike, she would have never gotten there. So start where you are. Really, really important. And that's the thing, I just touched on it. Don't compare to others. Comparing yourself to others is a surefire way to unhappiness and feeling bad about yourself, because there's inevitably somebody else who's farther ahead of you, or somebody else who has already eliminated their symptoms, and comparing yourself to others just doesn't help, and it's not even valid. Their life is not your life. Their history is not your history. Their brain is not your brain. Their life's experience and their traumas are not your life experience and traumas. So to get angry that somebody else healed quickly, you don't know their story. And even if it's shared briefly on Facebook, you're not them. Be okay starting where you are, and be okay taking your own journey, because comparison to others is a surefire way to feel bad about yourself. That being said, the calendar does not matter, right? It doesn't. If it takes one person 5 weeks to get better and somebody else 5 years, doesn't matter. As long as you're taking steps, moving in the right direction. How long is it going to take? As long as it takes, right? As long as it takes. I believe that by getting the concepts down that I'm teaching, as far as the emotional discovery, soothing mindset, wrap that with awareness, knowing that emotions are safe, I think the sooner you can get these concepts kind of accepted into your subconscious brain, the sooner you're going to get better. So how long is it going to take? Depends how long it takes for you to both decide that you are going to make these things a priority and let go of many of the fears and catastrophizations and the thoughts that keep you stuck and keep you in pain. It depends. And I'm not saying if you've been in pain for a long time, it's your fault. Not at all. But now that you know these things, you can absolutely accelerate the time in which you can eliminate your symptoms, right? I just had somebody recently messaging me on Facebook saying, I have such bad pain, and it took you 13 years to get out of pain. And they said, I won't make it 13 years. And the point is, you don't need to take 13 years. That's what it took me. I got out of pain long before all this Facebook stuff and YouTube and all these resources that are out there in abundance. I got out of pain before all that stuff really took hold. So it won't take you 13 years. Literally just talked to an 87-year-old lady yesterday, and she said, oh, 13 years for you. I won't be here in 13 years. And so the point is, it won't take 13 years. It might not even take you 13 weeks. Not making any promises, but people can get better reasonably quick when they get these concepts that I've just shared about mindset right. And as per the topic of this video, mindset is what matters most. If you are doing all journaling and toiling over emotions and feeling really frustrated that nothing is working and how come this isn't working and I'm doing what I was supposed to do, you're completely ignoring the mindset. And in my opinion, the mindset gives you the appropriate place to come from as you do your emotional discovery, as you learn about TMS and accepting that, yeah, I have TMS, that belief. Right? Belief is huge. Belief is massive. And our brain seeks to confirm reticular activating system. Go watch it. The brain always seeks to confirm those things that we believe are true. So what do you believe? Do you believe you can get better? I believe you can get better. I wouldn't be standing out here in 18 degrees at, what is it? I don't know, maybe 7:30 in the morning. If I didn't think you could get better. If I didn't know you could get better. We all can get better. And these concepts that I'm sharing, I implore you to adopt and implement in your life. And relax, you're not broken. You can get better. And so, if you're not confident yet, let my confidence help you get through today in the best way possible, the most calm and confident way. And let me share my mindset with you so that you can adopt that and say, yeah, whatever. You know, if I'm going to hurt today anyway, whatever, I don't care, I'm going to have fun anyway, is way better than the freak out, which I've never seen freaking out help anybody eliminate symptoms. As a matter of fact, it just tends to make it worse. So, mindset matters most, folks. I love you guys and gals. I'm going to go in and warm up, but I really, really want you to adopt as healthy and as confident of a mindset as possible. So let me know what you think. Was this video helpful? Please comment below. If you like the video, share it widely. And tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk about brain science and kind of wrap together, you know, the mindset stuff, the brain science, and why I suggest that the things that I suggest make sense because of how the brain actually works. And again, TMS, too much stress, mind-body syndrome, PPD, it all begins in the brain. So brain science matters. That's tomorrow's video. So we'll see you there. Thanks again, guys and gals. I love you, and we'll talk to you soon.